Okay, so flowers are the reproductive part of the plant, at least for angiosperms. All of you have seen pine cones are for gymnosperms. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw out, here's a little flower. Beautiful, right? Okay. So these little, they're kind of like leaves, but they're on the outside of the flower. These are called the sepals. Okay, and this we call, of course, the stem, but it has another name too, and that's the peduncle. Okay, so you guys will see this later when we talk about the plants, but I think it's a great word. Okay, so here's gonna be, of course, the petals. We pull those off the daisies. They sing the song. And then we're gonna start with the male plant. And the male plant has this little thing. And up here, this is where the bees are gonna land on. They're gonna get all that pollen from. This is called the anther. And then, the anther. And then this is the filament. So you can kind of think of like the filament in the light bulb. It's just that really thin little part. And then these guys together are going to make the pistil. That's right, plants are armed. They have a pistil. Okay. So once the bee gets up on this flower right here, then he's going to go fly over to another plant. And a lot of the plants are what's called a complete flower. So that has both male and female parts in the same flower. If it has only one, it's called incomplete. So we'll draw a complete flower here. So there's going to be this little tube up like this. And there could be more than one of them too. We'll talk about that later. But this is the ovule or ovary. That's where the ovule is going to form. So just like, we have an ovary, plants have an ovary. But then instead of sort of birth canal, if you will, they're going to have, this is going to be called this is the style. So ladies got style, right? And then up here, this is going to be like this little sticky patch, and that's where the pollen grains are going to get stuck onto. That's called the stigma. So we call it the sticky stigma. It's a good way to remember it. Okay. So once those pollen grains get stuck onto the stigma right here, what's going to happen is they're going to create this little tube down into the ovary. And they're going to fertilize that little ovule right there. So this is called the pollen tube. You will need to recognize that tomorrow. But once that's in there, we're going to start developing a fruit.